My son did his third level first Dan black belt grading this morning, so we were at the fitness studio all morning. He's now just one step away from second Dan black belt, which is great. And the reason I mention that is because as someone who's trained in martial arts for more than 2 decades now, what I learned in martial arts training is actually what has helped me achieve many things in training, and it's actually the system I use to achieve all my training goals. I'm gonna get back on the bike because my average speed is going down, and I will continue to discuss. Okay, so it's been hard to film because the wind has been so strong. I just couldn't find anywhere where you know, the audio recording would actually catch on. I'm going to try here. So, how do we use martial arts philosophy to achieve any fitness or training goal? The answer is really simple. Martial arts is the oldest system I can think of in physical training which sets goals. So there's a belt system. You start from white belt and you grade regularly and set interim goals to get to the next belt. It's a syllabus. Everyone knows exactly what's expected at each section of the syllabus. So you start off at white belt, you can't do any martial arts, but you quickly progress to yellow, etc., until you get to black, and it might take, you know, 15 or even 20 of these grading stages to get to black belt. So it takes you a long time, but you know what's required. So basically you keep going. Once you're black belt, you almost start again. You have first degree, second degree, third degree, fourth degree, all the way to 10th degree or even beyond, I guess. So it's a grading system and it's a goal setting system. You break it down into little small bits, and almost every normal person who perseveres can get through to the black belt stages and beyond. Everybody. You don't have to be special, you don't have to be talented. It's about perseverance. The saying is, a white belt who never gives up is a black belt. That's all a black belt is. It's a white belt that hasn't given up. And it's the same with training. Whether you're trying to lose weight or ride a very long distance, you set a goal and then you break it down into stages and build from there. Now the best way to do this is to find the smallest meaningful basic unit of success. So let's take, for example, the Edinburgh-London ride that I did in 2013. That's 900 miles in 4 days and 20 hours. So how do you plan for something like that? Well, I look at my abilities and I said, over 50 miles I can ride at 16 miles per hour. So that's my kind of fitness potential, 16 miles an hour. So what does it take to ride 900 miles in 4 days and 20 hours? If you break it down, it's actually 8 miles per hour for 900 miles. So if you can ride 16 miles per hour for 50 miles, is 8 miles per hour anything? 8 miles per hour is not even warm-up pace. When you look at it like that, suddenly you realize you can go any distance you want when you break it down. So what is the unit of 1 mile, 1 hour of riding? 1 hour of riding is have a meal, keep riding, stay safe. That's 1 hour of riding. And that's how I broke down the Edinburgh-London. Every hour, you've just got to cover 8 miles, and you've got to stay safe, and you've got to have 1 meal. So that's what I did. Even just riding easily, a guy who can ride 16 miles an hour, even at an easy pace, can cover 8 miles in 1 hour, and we'll probably go 12. So every 1 hour I'm gaining 4 miles of free riding, 4 miles where I can take rest breaks whenever I want. That's how you work with every hour. Riding along at 11 miles an hour, 12 miles an hour. I'm well within my capacity. That's about 50% effort for a guy who can ride 16 miles an hour. And I just bank up the extra time. So anything above 8 miles an hour is just a bonus. And you can tally up all those extra miles you've saved and use them to sleep at the end of the day. And then continue riding. And then, guess what? In 4 days and 20 hours, you can cover 900 miles. And that's what I did. And everything you do in your life can be broken down like that. I've used that system since I started martial arts long ago. I break everything down into the basic unit, and then I work out what I need to do. The secret is to understand the basics and not to lose the basics. How do you not lose the basics? By being consistent. You have to be consistent. So you can't become a black belt if you forget what you were taught as a white belt and only focus on the black belt grading. You have to keep practicing everything you've learned and building on it. Just like a person losing weight. You lose 10 pounds and you slow down. You can't say, look, I only lost 1 pound this last week or this last 2 weeks, so I'm giving up, and then you start gaining weight again. Even 1 pound lost in a month is still 1 pound more than the 10 you've already lost. So just keep on resetting your goals and planning. How do I achieve the next small bit? Don't look at the whole 20 pounds you have to lose. Just look at the next 2 pounds and say, how do we achieve that? And stay consistent, because staying consistent means you don't lose the gains. Whatever you've achieved is not lost if you're consistent. People who keep stopping every time their mind plays tricks on them or it gets hard, they have to start again, and they never get to black belt. They quit. They never lose 20 pounds. They quit. The only way to achieve these goals is to not quit. So you break up your big goal into tiny bits and you start working along that ladder till you get to the top. You never quit. Even if you're disheartened, look back at how far you've come and say, I've come this far, let me keep going. That's what I did to ride 900 miles in 4 days and 20 hours. That's what I did to achieve 5,340 chin-ups. Just keep going. Once you're over halfway, you're at the top of the hill and you start coasting down the other side. I hope that helps. I'm really passionate about this kind of thing, I'm sure you can tell. Please don't give up on your goals. Just keep reassessing, keep learning. And look at this beautiful setting as you consider what I've just said.